Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Browns blockbuster trade pitch flips Myles Garrett to Cowboys for Monster Haul. The Cleveland Browns have two distinct paths they can travel this offseason: continue trying to win now or execute a mini teardown and sacrifice a year or two to that cause. The first path would represent sticking to the same course over the past 3 seasons, which has resulted in just one trip to the playoffs and 0 postseason victories. The second course would likely mean drafting either quarterback Shedeur Sanders of Colorado or Cam Ward of Miami with the number 2 pick and potentially trading multiple expensive stars on the defensive side of the football, including edge rusher Myles Garrett. Garrett has made clear in recent weeks that he is not interested in a rebuild and will ask out of Cleveland if the team can't outline a path to immediate contention, more or less. Anthony Licciardi of Athlon Sports authored a trade pitch on Thursday, January 9, in which the Browns flip Garrett to the Dallas Cowboys for first-round picks and second-round picks in both 2026 and 2027. As part of that proposal, Cleveland would trade Garrett to Dallas as a post-June 1 designation, saving the team nearly $36 million total in dead cap hits over the next 4 years. The proposal Licciardi outlined is the longer-term play, as it brings back better overall value and saves the Browns considerably more money than a trade that takes place ahead of the draft in late April. A more immediately gratifying and pricier deal Licciardi laid out would involve the Browns moving Garrett for first and second-round picks this year, numbers 12 and 44, along with a first-rounder and a fourth-rounder in 2026. That would obviously help Cleveland be more competitive in 2025, though if the team is moving on from the reigning Defensive Player of the Year and transitioning to a rookie quarterback at the same time, making moves to try and be as good as possible next season may be futile. That is doubly true given the extra cost the Browns would incur on the dead cap years of Garrett's contract. Benjamin Solak of ESPN would probably endorse a post-trade deal, as his bold prediction for Cleveland's offseason involves moving on from 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward who, like Garrett, is playing on a 9-figure deal. With no contending future in sight, I expect the Browns to trade players for picks, Solak wrote on January 6. For my money, I expect a young, rising team to put a first-round pick on the table for Ward, Packers, Vikings, and give the Browns the draft capital they need to aggressively rebuild. If Cleveland moves on from Ward, the team would likely elevate Greg Newsome back into a starting role alongside Martin Emerson Jr. Either the Packers or Vikings could provide the Browns with a late first-rounder in 2025 to go along with the 2 first and 2 seconds they would get from the Cowboys in 2026 and 2027 for Garrett. This hypothetical represents a monster overhaul for Cleveland, moving on from arguably its top 2 defenders. That said, bringing back 3 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders over the next 3 drafts is excellent compensation, while simultaneously peeling off a ton of salary over the next few years. Micah Parsons wants Cowboys to draft college football playoff star. Micah Parsons and the Dallas Cowboys saw their 2024 NFL season come to an end after falling to the Washington Commanders 23-19 in Week 18. But the star pass rusher had something to cheer for on Thursday night, as his alma mater, the Penn State Nittany Lions, faced the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in the college football playoff semifinals from the Orange Bowl. Parsons was in attendance for the game in Miami, cheering on his former team from the sidelines. Before the game, the Cowboys defender linked up with current Penn State defensive end Abdul Carter and another school legend, LeVar Arrington. During the Orange Bowl, Parsons took note of Carter's performance as he was constantly in the backfield in the first half, putting pressure on Notre Dame's quarterbacks. The 4-time Pro Bowler then revealed he wants to play with Carter in the NFL. "It's only right the NFL lets me and Abdul play together." Parsons wrote on X. Carter has been one of the more dominant players in college football during the 2024 season. Prior to the Orange Bowl, the 6'3", 259-pound junior had recorded 40 tackles, 11 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He is also expected to go high in the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft, and some are comparing him to Parsons as well. The Cowboys own the number 12 pick in the upcoming draft. According to many projections, it seems unlikely that Carter would fall to Dallas. But, if he does, Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy could have an elite pass-rushing duo that would cause problems for other NFL teams for years to come. As the Dallas Cowboys begin looking toward the offseason and bolstering their roster in free agency and the NFL Draft, the mock drafts have been pouring in. And, when it comes to America's team, there appears to be a consensus pick. The name that continues popping up for Dallas is Boise State football star and Heisman Trophy runner-up Ashton Jeanty. Joe Lago of the Big Lead agrees with that notion. This consensus was established in earlier versions, and while it's a no-brainer for Jerry Jones to finally address running back with college football's best RB, a couple mocks predict the selection of a wide receiver, such as Ohio State's Emeka Egbuka or Missouri's Luther Burden III, Lago wrote. Jeanty, who played high school in Frisco, Texas, has said he believes he could be a hometown hero if he is drafted by the Cowboys. He also thinks Dallas could be a perfect fit for his talents. Steve Sarkisian to Dallas Cowboys speculation makes its way to ESPN. The Dallas Cowboys head coaching situation remains in limbo, with Jerry Jones dragging his feet on the Mike McCarthy situation. The uncertainty has led to plenty of speculation. As an outside-of-the-box idea, we threw out the question of whether Jerry Jones could be waiting for Steve Sarkisian and the Texas football team's season to end to see if there could be any interest from the Longhorns coach. Sark, who has previous NFL coaching experience, is believed to be on the radar of several NFL teams. And as McCarthy's future with the Cowboys hangs in the air, the speculation of Sarkisian to Dallas continues to grow. Clarence Hill of All DLLS also floated the idea on Wednesday afternoon. Then, on Thursday morning, with the number 3 Texas Longhorns set to play the number 6 Ohio State Buckeyes in the Cotton Bowl Classic at AT&T Stadium on Friday, January 10. The speculation made its way to ESPN. Mike Greenberg shared his speculation that Sark could be a possible target of Jerry Jones and Dallas. Until Jerry Jones makes an official decision on McCarthy, the soap opera is going to continue, but that is exactly what he wants. Jerry loves the headlines more than anything, so expect this decision to go down to the wire. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Steve Sarkisian? Leave your opinion in the comments.